Hi, I'm Lincoln Danvers with Board Game Geek. I'm here with Sarah Erickson from Renegade Game Studios, and she's here to show us Flatline from Playing Clanko.
Yeah, this is Kane Clanko is a designer of Flatline.
Okay.
And this is in the Fuse universe. So in Fuse...
The Fuseverse?
The Fuseverse, it was a 10-minute cooperative game, and you were defusing bombs on this spaceship. Well, now in Flatline, you're still on that same ship, and you've still been attacked by the aliens, and now you're going to be in the medical bay saving patients.
Oh, neat.
So we have all these patients
After all the wreckage. Time
after
to do
the
some
wreckage.
recovery.
That's right, and they're inside these very futuristic pods, and the pod tells you what needs each one of these patients have. If you can satisfy these needs by placing dice on there, then you will save the patient, and if you can save all of the patients for whatever difficulty level you're playing, then you win the game. And to do this, you have to work together. It's, again, a real-time cooperative game. You're going to roll all of your individual dice. So I'll give you some dice, I'll take mine, and we're actually going to roll 6 of them for normal play. And we have only 1 minute to put these dice onto patients in ways they're advantageous
the needs that
to
they
us.
have. So
Exactly. So I would see that you have some orange and say, hey, Lincoln, put
Let's
some
do that
orange
one
over
right
here.
there.
We're going to work on this patient
I got
this
2 of
time.
the...
And this has to be done by just one player. So
Oh.
you got that. No, you
Okay.
did that. You did that right. One player. But this one, we both have to work together on it. So I've got a yellow and a blue and a
pink.
green, and you've got the
Sweet.
pink. Perfect. So we'll keep doing that until the 1 minute timer runs out. Hopefully we've placed all our dice by then. And then we would look at this and say, well, you know, we did all of this row's needs, so that part is cleared.
Oh,
We'll
okay.
take... Oh, thank you. We'll take one of these cleared tiles, cover that up. We're good to go for that. We clear both of these. If we get to the point where we've cleared all of the requirements,
That pod's okay.
yep, then that patient will be taken out of here, and we plug another one in and need to work on that. So that's pretty
So
straightforward.
how much time do we have for dealing with that one group?
So you'll have 1 minute rounds, and every time you start a new round, you're going to remove one of these power cubes.
Okay.
If you run out of power cubes, you're going to lose the game.
Okay.
So you do need to manage how much you're getting done each round, or else you're not going to make it before your patients die. The other thing you have to contend with is
So we're going
that
to try to get all 4 of these taken care of in 10 minutes time. Not,
the easiest mode is 11 of them.
Okay.
With 4 players.
Wow, okay.
So it is a lot of work to get all these guys fixed up. You're in a medical bay, it's intense.
Right.
But
Triage.
yeah, triage. But there's also other emergencies going on the ship as well.
Okay.
So each round, when you take this power cube off, you need to put that number of cards in this area.
Uh-huh. Oh, I
if
see.
they're blue. But if you flip over one of these with an orange header,
Okay.
then it goes into this zone over here.
Okay.
Which is good and bad, because if you are able to satisfy the needs of this emergency by placing dice by the end of that 1 minute timer, then it comes over to the good zone over here.
Okay, and this benefits us, gives us extra time?
It depends on what the card says.
I mean, in that case right there.
This one, yeah, it'll give you an extra time. But if you do not deal with this type of emergency from the orange zone, it'll come over here.
Okay.
And if you ever get either 3 or 4 of these, you lose
You're
the
over.
game.
Okay.
So you're always being presented with lots of different choices for things that you have to deal with right away. It's a priority management game.
Right, determining
really.
what's most important. We're running out of space over here. Got to deal with that. It seems like these other things, some of our patients might suffer because of this, though. They're going to be ignoring them for so long.
Yeah, if
daily
you
tasks.
ignore your patients, it's bad, because every round you start out with this diamond pointing at the first area of one of these patients, and each round it's going to move, so that diamond's always pointing at the first place, but then you have these other ones as well.
That you
and
must be
it's-
dealing with it at the same time?
It's kind of a timer, so that if you complete a patient's requirements, so we get both of these, then this thing will activate. But if we wait too long, then we complete all these and the patient goes away, we don't get a bonus.
Oh, I see. So it's a help.
It's a help.
This
but
lets you take care of some additional ones?
Yep, we would get
Just
to place
automatically
extra ones onto the board.
Neat.
But this, see how it's red down there?
Okay.
Something bad is going to happen
Right.
if we save this patient during this time. So you're going to want to save
you'll
it
have
earlier.
either that or wait till the very end to get it taken care of? Or is this another bonus for...
These are bad things that will happen.
Oh, so red, of course. Yeah, I
Yeah,
see.
so if you do it during the green zone, when it was here, you're going to
Yep.
have something good happen. But if you wait and now This is there. You wait another turn. Now this is active. You
So
wait
this
one
is
more
going to
turn.
adjust your timing on what pod you're dealing with as well. So
Yeah, it
you're not
helps you
necessarily dealing with
prioritize.
all of exactly. Okay, that makes total sense. Neat.
Yeah. So you've got different zones you're paying attention to. You've got to worry about this. If you're running out of these, there's 2 spaces where you can get these back. You can get 2 of these cubes back, but once you've used those, that's it.
That's
you,
the time
you
you've
don't
bought. So
refill.
you fill extra ones in here to just take one of these back. So it's like one of these other cards potentially.
Yeah.
Like that one you showed earlier.
A little bit of a benefit.
Right. So
Yeah.
they're more. They cost more to do though.
They do,
So it's like this one. Now, of course, it's always going to change. This one happens to be just for resource.
And
dice.
all of these cards are different. So that
Right,
one
of
happens
course.
to give you extra time. Sometimes you'll get extra dice that you can use
nice.
to roll some extra. Also these cards up here will cause bad things to happen as well. If you have a bunch of blue cards out there, then every round you're going to be rolling these dice. And the cards that are in these rows are going to activate. So when you put these out, if you've got blue cards, all of these happen to be orange. Exciting. So as you fill this up with blue cards, only the ones in these 2 columns are going to activate. And they also do bad things to you this
Okay.
round. Like they'll lock out the use of the recharge station, or they'll maybe make people lose dice in next rounds. So there's lots of things to pay attention to.
Okay, neat. What's the total runtime then? Basically, I mean, obviously, there's going to be breaks here when you're dealing with, like, prepping for the next phase or whatever, right?
Yeah, in my experience, it's been about 45 minutes to an hour, unless something goes wrong and you lose quickly, which can happen.
Don't doubt it.
Yeah.
Seems like everything can work against you. And
Absolutely.
you've got such a short amount of time. So you're only rolling once. There's no, like, re-rolling. You're going to try to...
There are a few places, if you discard a card into this zone, or discard a die into that, then you can re-roll one of your other ones, but you don't generally roll and roll and roll. You're just going
Right.
to roll your dice and then have to deal with what you
Try
get.
to focus on what you can... Okay, that makes total sense. Neat.
Yeah, so this one is coming out this summer. We're looking at early May. And this is our production copy, so that means everything's looking pretty good and it's about ready to go on a boat.
It looks amazing, too, though. I love this particular... Come on, I'm a sucker for dice. I love these.
So these ones actually, when we got our proof copies, they had forgotten to put 2 of the dice in the box, so they will look like this, but they'll be white opaque dice. These are actually fused dice that we made as promotional items I happen to have in my room.
Right.
So they work the
Fill in
same.
the slot, but
they'll
yeah, they'll
look
be
like this.
So they'll be
but
translucent. So they'll be
they'll be opaque white
okay.
dice with
Okay.
red letters, but
Okay.
they have the same mold, so they'll be very digital, just like the fused
Neat.
dice. Yeah, just kind of a fun little throwback to the fuse.
well, and the dice themselves have got some great icons.
These
Can
are
you
very
do you
cool.
have? Is there? What are these icons? What do they represent?
These are things that you would find in the medical bay
Okay.
of a futuristic spaceship.
the-
So you've got...
This is not a pencil, then.
it might be some sort of a tool. This looks like sutures.
Looks like an epaulette potentially too. So I don't know.
There you go. Futuristic things that in this universe clearly you need for medical
Okay.
devices.
Well, cool. Thanks a lot.
No problem. Thank you so much.